Hi, I'm Julian Kussman. I'm 30 years old. I grew up in Jefferson County here in the St. Louis area. I went to high school at Fort Zumwalt North in St. Charles, and after high school I was in the National Guard. Um, I went to college for a couple of years, and then I moved back here into the city of St. Louis itself, and I've been here now for about 5 years in the city. I'm a interactive art director. Design websites for an advertising agency, and this is my neighborhood. I'm married now for just 2 years to my wife Cassie. We met working together. She's Native American as well, and she's from Florissant. Behind us here is the previous building of the American Indian Center, which was a social organization, a social help organization for Native Americans here in St. Louis. A lot of great memories here. I mean, being that it was also my mom's workplace, I remember coming here and hanging out, like kind of running around in the office, playing with the office supplies and whatnot, but also, just good memories of knowing that my mom was here helping other people who were like us, and just happened to be in a bit of need at the time. So, it kind of instilled in me a lot of values towards helping others, and just making sure that everybody has what it is they need to get by. My main involvement, as a child growing up, was dancing in the powwows, and also the director of the organization would sometimes get asked to go to like children's schools or to offices or whatnot to talk about Native American issues and things that we're currently dealing with in the culture. And part of that would be me going with her and show like my costume, or maybe show what one of the dances was like, more just to kind of bring to life the fact that Native American culture is here currently and existing. Growing up with a community that I knew was different than a lot of other people in the city, it really made me feel different, not negatively, almost special in a way that I was this type of person who came from this background, but it it gave me this extra insight into how the country was really formed.
And I always made it a point as a child. I would say, like, after we'd have like a chapter in social studies, they're like, and that was what happened in that period of time, and like in America. And I'd always say, well, what were the Native Americans doing? And she's like, well, I don't know. And so it was kind of a thing I used to interject. I was just being that kid, but it was never really brought up, and it wasn't really. I mean, we got to this section about like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, and then that's when the Native Americans came around, or things like that. So it was often just a little blip in the story of our history in my social studies class as a kid. So it always made me think, and I would always go outside of that and try to find things I could read or learn about that wasn't included in our curriculum.
I had a pretty similar experience. One of the funny things that came to mind when you asked that was that I remembered telling a girl one time when I was in elementary school that I was Native American, and it was probably brought on by some discussion about the history, and she really was in disbelief, and she basically said, all the Native Americans are dead. I don't understand what you're talking about. Like, there's no way that you're lying, or you're just like somebody saying, yeah, my dad's a millionaire or whatever. It's to a kid, they don't understand when all they see is this is what happened 400 years ago, and this is the way everything turned out, and now different people are basically running America.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of times it's just kind of overlooked, like we're not here anymore, like we don't exist. And a lot of times it would be great to hear more about like Native Americans today, what they do, cultures and organizations. And like one of the poorest counties in the United States is Pine Ridge, and they are always in desperate need of help, and just being reminded that we're still here. There's still cultures here that need help, and I think that would be great to instill in our kids today, just to know that we're still a part of American history and still a part of our culture.